Ciao Bella, welcome to Bello Uncinetto. I'm Christina and I'm so glad that you're here with me today. If you're new, welcome in. If you're returning, welcome back. No matter how long you've been here, I always appreciate your time. We have a very special booklet for you today. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Sorry if that makes you sick. I'm sorry. I am so excited for this book. I have been waiting for this book to come out. I had it on my list on Amazon for a really long time. It was on pre-order, and I was waiting until a paycheck to be able to get it, and then someone reached out to me and was like, hey, I saw this book, what do you think about it? And I was like, you're the third person that said that book to me. And I really, really love it, but I can't get it right now. And they were like, well, you're a member of my channel and we have some perks, right, for being a member. One of them at a certain time is a pattern book. And would you like to get that early? And I was like, absolutely, I would. Now, if you don't know what channel I'm talking about, I did talk about that in the Happy Mail video where I opened this book. It is Lady Bird Loves Miss Khadijah. She did gift this to me as part of my membership perks, which is phenomenal. Now, it is very early, right? I want to say it's like 9 months early. By the time you see this, it won't be 9 months early, because I am pre-recording a lot of videos. My daughter's schedule and therefore my schedule are getting really crazy with her job. Yes, my daughter has a job. Her practices, her games, tutoring, so many things that I'm juggling for her and for myself, right? So I am pre-recording because I have a little bit of time. I'm not exactly sure when you're going to see this, but I'm no less excited for the book, right? Disney, for better or for worse, holds a special place in many people's hearts. Growing up, when I grew up, there were lots of Disney movies that came out that still resonate today, and they continue to put things out that resonate with children and adults alike, right? Love or hate the company, right? They do good things to put things out for children, and they are milking all of their dollars for nostalgia purposes. It's another thing that they're very good at. With things like this, right? Right? It says 20 plus crochet patterns for the unapologetic crafter. Well, sorry, not sorry. I was thrilled to be able to get this book, and I'm excited to look at it with you. So, without further ado, let's do a book look, shall we? So, there are three parts to this book. You have villainous royalty, plotters and schemers, and magical mischief makers. A lot of alliteration there. Right? And so you can see where each of the patterns are, and it does give you a little heads up as to what page they're on. There is a lovely introduction. And here are some lovely displays of the patterns, right? So we have the Evil Queen from Snow White. It's an intermediate pattern. She is lovely. And very detailed. Like just looking at the pattern, there are lots of things. I can see why it's intermediate pattern, but like they're very clear with and succinct. So we have scar, again an intermediate pattern. Right. I love even all the way down to the claw detail. Although I don't see his scar. Maybe it's underneath the hair somewhere. Prince John, right? Do you know Robin Hood? May be considered more of a classic Disney movie, depending on when you were born. Okay, this is a really, really big movie for me, full of imagination and whimsy and wonder, and I don't have the Queen of Hearts tattooed on me, but I have a very big Alice in Wonderland tattoo, right? The Queen of Hearts. And I love Alice in Wonderland very, very much. Oh, I love this little detail on the legs. I wonder if I can show you. I don't know that I can show you without, maybe here I can show you. So there are little hearts on the back of her legs. I don't know if you can see that. Right? That's super cute. And then we have Hans from Frozen. Now, to date, I still have never seen this movie all the way through. I know that there are multiple Frozen movies now. Yeah, I haven't seen them. And I know that it's really empowering and uplifting female message movie, right? With Anna, I get all of that. But when I was teaching in Arkansas, so many of the kids were singing this song over and over and over again, and it drove me bananas. So I've never watched it. This is Plotters and Schemers, so this is part 2. Some really, really cute patterns there. Sorry for the glare of my lamps. But if I didn't have them on, it would be very dark in here. So we have Captain Hook. Right, Peter Pan was another favorite of mine. And I did like the cartoon version as well as some of the live action versions that have been put on. Cruella, Cruella de Vil. Now my daughter absolutely loves, there was a spin-off show, 101 Dalmatian Street. She likes the Dalmatian movies, don't get me wrong, she's a pet lover, but the Dalmatian Street, she loves it. And so it was hard for her to understand where Cruella fit in because she didn't know the movie at first. But Cruella is a skill level easy. So Gaston is the next one. He is a skill level easy. I definitely want to have a library like the Beast's house, right? I have a yarn library that's curated. I also have my own library, but sadly I only have, I have 6 shelves, 6 bookshelves. I have 7, counting the one upstairs, but it's not a library. Not the one I want anyway. I want one that's like inset into the wall, all that kind of stuff. That's the dream. Shere Khan. Shere Khan. Right, from the Jungle Book. He is a skill level easy. Another really good movie. Bellwether. Now, my daughter loves this movie, Zootopia. Right? This is a newer Disney movie. If you've never seen it, it's cute. My daughter watched it on repeat, so I am very familiar with it. Now, this guy, Oogie Boogie. There are lots of Oogie Boogie patterns out there. You know, Jack and Sally are my people. I have them. They're sitting right up here from the crochet kit that I made. There is an Oogie Boogie pattern in that book as well. It uses the brown yarn. It uses brown yarn instead of green yarn. But Nightmare Before Christmas is definitely my jam. Now this one, I don't know. I mean, I know why they did it, but I don't know that I would put all of those things on him like this. But this is Tamatoa from Moana. Right? If you are not familiar, there's a song where he talks about how greedy he is, and it's like, I'm shiny. That is the song. I'm not going to sing the song, but that's the song. Right? Alright, so now we get into Magical Mischief Makers. Magical Mischief Makers. This is part 3. And we are off to the races. You know what? I guess maybe I was confused. I thought that Elise over at Elise Rose Crochet made, and I said this in a video when I got the book, I thought that she did Ursula, but maybe she did Cruella, because it says Elise here, right, on Cruella, and not on Ursula. It says the author of the book, Lee Sartori, did Ursula, so maybe Elise did Cruella, and I was mistaken. My apologies. But anyway, here's Ursula. This movie, The Little Mermaid, was definitely big when I was growing up. I watched it a lot. A lot. Yep. This is Hades from Hercules. Definitely an interesting take on the mythology. Not the crochet pattern, but the movie. I do like the crochet pattern a lot. It's really nice. Jafar from Aladdin. Now this, I have watched all of the Aladdin movies, and I have even seen the live action one. I did watch it with my daughter when she was little, and while I did love it, it was so hard for Robin Williams to not be the genie. Will Smith did a good job. I'm not saying any of that, but like, to not hear Robin Williams' voice, I was beside myself, because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whoever does it for the rest of my life. Robin Williams is the genie. Like, that's just... But Robin Williams is so many voices. And, you know, when I think of certain things, he's the voice of so many things. But to watch that live action movie and not have him in it, oh, that was hard. That was hard. Alright, this is another one that my daughter really, really liked. Oh, I didn't tell you some of these. I haven't been telling you if it's easy or hard. I've been showing you the picture though. So this is Dr. Facilier from The Princess and the Frog. This is a skill level advanced though. My daughter, another one she's watched on repeat is The Princess and the Frog. It's the animals. It's the animals. I know it is. She loves all the animals. Definitely intricate. Alright. Here she is, friends. Here she is. My girl, Maleficent. Look at all that beauty. Look at how stunning she is. Oh, oh, yes. Go. Work it. Yes. Show it. Yes. Oh, she's pretty. Oh. This is definitely a classic Disney movie, right? This came out well before I was born. This movie came out the year my mom was born. Okay? But I still remember the first time that I watched the movie and how much I loved Maleficent from the first time I watched this movie. From the very first time I watched this movie. Not that Aurora is not, she's a princess, she needs saving, all these things, right? But Maleficent's story, for some reason, just stuck with me. And even in the Angelina Jolie, right, the live action versions, it's still, right, the backstory of all of that really, really resonated with me. And if you've never seen them, if you're not interested in them, I understand, but they definitely, definitely resonated with me. And I would absolutely love to make Maleficent. For sure. All right, so this one, I'm not as familiar with this movie as I am with others. I've seen it, but I'm not as familiar with it. This is Mother Gothel from Tangled, right? It's a version of Rapunzel. Not one that I watched often, and I had a little boy who didn't care, and then by the time my daughter was around, there were other movies that she wanted to watch, right? Now this one I have seen, and I've seen the cartoon as well that came out on Disney. This is Yzma, right, from The Emperor's New Groove. Right. She is intermediate. I do wish that some of them came with accessories, right? I mean, I know that's more, but like, I would love for there to have been accessories with some of these. Okay, now, some of you may not know this. Actually, probably none of you know this. Well, maybe. I am a huge King Arthur, like, buff when it comes to the different theories and the different timelines and the different, all the things, right? So the first time that I went to the UK, right, I was able to go to Tintagel, did a whole video on that. I'm gonna cry. Nope, not gonna do it. Anyway, it was magical for me. Anyway, this movie, right, is a take on the King Arthur story, right? I am talking about The Sword and the Stone, and this crazy lady, Mad Madam Mim, right? Oh, this is just gold right here. She is just hilarious. She is. And I taught for a long time. I taught a mythology class when I taught in Arkansas, and there wasn't really a curriculum for the class. So parts of it I could kind of ad-lib. Not all of it, but parts of it I could kind of ad-lib. So I did study the classical mythologies and things like that. But then I also did a whole section on how we see mythology today, right? In ways that it gets into our mind, into our psyche, and the whole idea of the archetypes and the hero's journey and all of those things. Any student of mine that ever took that class will tell you that I ruined movies for them. I ruined just TV in general, because they're always looking for the archetypes. They're always following the arc of the hero's journey. They can't just watch shows anymore. I still, to this day, get messages and emails when new things come out, like Marvel movies, all of those kinds of things, right? But I would show The Sword in the Stone, right? Because it's a legend, the legend of King Arthur. So supposedly there's truth to it, right? Supposedly there's all of these pieces. Did they all happen at the same time? Did they all happen with the same person? Only people who lived then know, right? We don't know 100% for certain. But my students always got a kick out of Mad Madam Mim. Always. They thought, because the movie was made in the 60s, and they were like, this is weird, because animation wasn't the same as it was even then, right? So, but they always thought she was a hoot. So I always got to share that with them. It was great. All right, and so I think this is the last one. Let me see if this is the last pattern. Yes, this is the last pattern. This is Chernabog from Fantasia, right? Definitely a Disney classic, right? A fantastic movie for imagination. It's wild, right? But that is the book look for the Disney villains Amigurumi. I hope that you have enjoyed it. I hope that you have Disney things that you love as much as I do. Not necessarily the same things. I mean, we don't have to like the same things. That's fine. But what was your favorite pattern in the book? If you had this book, which ones would you make? Which ones do you think I'm going to make? Because I am going to do a label my library on this book, right? But which ones do you think I'm going to pick, right? And I would love to hear any of your Disney stories, even if you've been to Disney World or Disneyland somewhere in the world, right? They have different theme parks all over the world. So if you've been to one, or even if you just have a favorite Disney movie memory, and it's not one of these, it doesn't have to be one of these, but I'd love for you to share it in the comments below. And until I see you again, be well, be safe, and be the change you wish to see in the world, everyone. Ciao bella!